Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'm going to go over a cool little case study I did, just started 4 days ago. And what it is I got a design from a guy called Adam, who I'm going to talk about later in the video. My goal was to see how fast I could sell this design organically, which means I didn't run ads to it. So we go over a lot of listing construction and keyword optimization. And then last night, as I was checking those sales, I realized I sold the shirt, which is great because the case study worked, because if it didn't work, I just wouldn't record it. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. This is the design that I got from Adam. He's the designer, he creates a design. I'm the merch seller, so it's my job to come up with a good listing strategy, find some great keywords to drive organic traffic to this listing. Basically find that customer match for this design. So many designs just fall by the wayside because a customer can't find it. And so that's what the next section is going to be, creating the listing. Okay, so now we're in the uploading phase. We have the graphic, we have the raw original art. I'm just using the old uploader because I like to test new designs just on the t-shirts. And then once I validate demand, I then put them on all the other products. For this one, since it's a police dog and a thin blue line, I'm just gonna use these two colors because they actually look good. I'm actually gonna pull the price way down because I'm just in testing phase. I wanna validate. I'm just gonna pick a random low price. And then once it starts to sell, bump the price up alongside the sales velocity so that it's more likely to stick. That's just a general practice that I like to try. Now, another thing that people do, especially if they have great quality art like this, they don't make, I believe, enough listings. For example, you don't just have to throw this up once and then cross your fingers. You can throw this up 2 to 3 times targeting different core keywords because you don't really know which keyword is the perfect match for the low competition and then the right targeting. I define core keyword as the keyword that I stick to the front of the title. Just a bit of research that I was doing. If I make 2 listings, one of the ways that I found that this keyword was a good one, I went into the keyword finder in Merch Informer on the side here. I typed in canine and then I just kind of looked at the competition and I found canine unit was low. So here I'm just going to do a canine unit and then shirt. And I always like to validate it on Amazon. So whenever you have your seed keyword have a lot of multiple endings, it typically indicates that there's high traffic for the seed keyword. So the seed keyword canine unit, I'm going to stick with. I also looked it up online, saw that police dog was the first thing that came up, so I'm probably going to include police dog in the title as well. I kind of like to cover multiple fronts if I'm doing keyword research in a new niche that I don't really know. Another thing I like to do is you throw in that core keyword into the product search in Merch Informer, and then I can look at some of the keywords that pop up the most, and then also just some of the designs that are selling. You want to enter niches with open eyes. You don't want to just kind of close your eyes and blindly cross your fingers. See what's selling, see what keywords they're using. For example, the core keyword here is canine police officer shirt. And thin blue line is just a big niche for the law enforcement community. So back to the listing. So for the first one I have, this is the seed keyword, which is the canine unit shirt. And my brand name, I would do canine unit gifts because I want the seed keyword to be repeated multiple times, right? In the description, my seed keyword, which is canine unit again, I just want to repeat it. So I have this canine unit shirt features a thin blue line flag, because it is, and that's a pretty strong keyword there, and a German Shepherd dog. A perfect canine unit gift for police officers who love their faithful Shep. And the reason I used this word Shep, I was checking out the reviews of one of the shirts that has a similar design, and it says here the Shep is beautiful, and I just assume that that's like a keyword German Shepherd owners use that most people don't know. I didn't know about that as well. And so I kind of go through, and I talked about this in another video, I like to check out reviews and then just to read like what's happening. So here it's a tribute, to officers and canine partners. And this is stuff that I'm going to use in my listing. For example, here we say this canine police shirt is a wonderful way to pay tribute and show respect to officers and their beloved canine partners. And for the people who are wondering, like, yes, you could do it like this as well. I'm just doing it for canine unit shirt because it's clean. And I'm actually going to do something like that because you want the keywords to make sense and to roll nicely. So here I have canine unit shirt, then I have a thin blue line German Shepherd, because that's exactly what that is, thin blue line German Shepherd. Then I have a canine police gift, and that's what it is. So just try to structure it so it's legible. You don't really want to be spammy. Also here in the product features, you want it to flow. So this canine unit shirt, remember the seed keyword, features a thin blue line flag, because that's what it is. A German Shepherd dog, because that's what that is. A perfect canine unit gift is just an alternative spelling of the canine for police officers who love their faithful Shep. This canine police shirt is a wonderful way to pay tribute and show respect to officers and their beloved canine partners. And that looks pretty good for the first one. I just kind of copy paste it. I switch up these words for the bulk upload because not everything's a shirt. You have tanks, you have hoodies. But generally speaking, this looks good to me. and then I would create another listing. So I'm just going to upload it again, but with a different seed keyword this time. And I'm honestly surprised people don't do this more, where they have quality graphics that are great and they really believe in the niche, but they just don't approach the niche from multiple keyword angles. All we're doing is trying to create different paths for the right customer to buy this shirt, right? So we're gonna do the same thing here. I'm just gonna pick that arbitrary number as well, a nice affordable price. So this time I think I'm gonna go for thin blue line canine flag. Just keeping it simple, core keyword here, thin blue line canine company. So thin blue line canine shirt. This design features a thin blue line flag, the perfect canine unit gift for law enforcement and canine officers. Perfect for a dog handler that loves their German Shepherd. Parked. Perfect. 0 characters remaining. We really stuffed those bullets. You know, sometimes I just like to keep it clean. For example, like that would be a great listing in my opinion because it's completely targeted. And you can even just do something like that. So it's clean and hyper relevant, and that works as well. The reason I'm kind of fleshing it out is just to show you that you can approach multiple kind of core keywords with different listings and then see which one performs. And then again, to draw from those reviews, I'm just gonna go show tribute to the canine unit officers, both human and canine. I believe that's what someone wrote here. Here we go. Great tribute to our brave officers, both canine and human. So now we're done. So always now you want to be trademark checking. This refers to the design. These single words, shepherd, etc. would be a text. So if it just said shepherd on the shirt, and it should be fine. I'm not sure what's up with these K's here. Always do a trademark check before. And then whenever it comes to things like, you know, police gifts, etc., I always make sure that it's okay on Amazon. So I'll look on Amazon and I'll write, for example, canine police shirt. Orca, and then see if the merch shirts in general get through with that keyword. And so here you have canine police officer, canine unit, etc., etc. So it makes it through with that keyword. So then I'm not worried about it, right? Even though this has that design, that specific design trademark, I should be fine. And then I kind of just read over the listing. I check the other one as well. And what we're doing here is like we're targeting, we have the same design, right? But we're targeting 2 core keywords. One keyword is the thin blue line canine flag, and the other one is canine unit. And the way that we target that specific keyword is that we repeat the core keyword in the brand, in the title, and then ideally in the bullet. And then I just kind of copy paste the bullets into the product description. And then here we have thin blue line canine, thin blue line canine flag, thin blue line canine. So it looks like the core keyword here is the thin blue line canine. And so that's that. So here it is. This sold last night. Uploaded on the 18th and sold on the 22nd. So now that this sold, the first thing I'm going to do is bump up the price, like I mentioned earlier in the listing optimization phase. So I'm going to edit it, go to $15.99, and then relist it at $15.99. The next time it sells, I'm going to bump it up again. This is not the correct way to do it. This is just what I do. I like doing it. There are people who list it immediately at $19.99 or $21.99 or higher to test if this is something really the market would want. Because if you list things at a high price and it gets a sale, it really validates the demand. Because, you know, you can list something at 13 bucks. It might just be one of those impulse buys. But if you list something at like $22.99 and someone still buys it, you're like, okay, so this is a design that people actually want in a niche that people buy. There's different methods. This is just what I'm using right now. All right. So now this is going to be refreshed at $15.99 and then it'll go up the next time it sells, etc., etc. Okay, so it's listed at $15.99 and hopefully that was kind of interesting. You go from having design to writing the listing to optimizing it, finding the right keywords, targeting different core keywords. And that was the keyword phase. So I want to talk a little bit more about the design aspect and Adam and Tshirtfella. So a cool story is back then when the Trumpkin trend was happening, Trumpkin is basically you mix Trump and a pumpkin for Halloween. And I wanted to jump on this Trumpkin trend. And I realized like I need a good designer. And so I heard of Adam's name being thrown around in the groups. I wrote a message, hey man, could you just make me a cool Trumpkin shirt? A couple days later, he came back with a pretty cool design, which is this. And then I ended up making about $200 to $300 with it. So that was fun. So the reason I'm sharing this is there are times when you need high quality original illustrations, whether for a niche or for a trend, you just want to enter it and you need a designer on hand. And so that's always useful if you're in merch, to know about designers or illustrators that you can just reach out to and get high quality, high caliber work back from. And so Adam's the guy who created the design, and he has a company called Tshirtfella. Now, some of you might know of it, some of you might not. If you want to see what kind of designs Adam actually makes, you can go on his Instagram, Tshirtfella, and then just kind of browse around, see if this is your style. It's not for everyone. I think it's pretty cool. Tshirtfella.com. This is his website. Slightly confusing to use, but you figure it out. It's basically a great way to contact him, or you sign up for a membership account, which costs $25 a month, and then you get access to his pre-made designs that you can get for much cheaper than requested designs. And you would go into the design store and you would get basic, medium, or advanced. And just for an example, I'm gonna have to blur this out because it's for copycat reasons. That's why there's a membership fee, so that whoever sees this is actually paying to see it. This is 5, this is 10, 10, 5, 5, etc. This design company is all about prioritizing account safety, and the team exclusively focuses on and updates trademarks and copyrights and partners with Rhonda Waters from Merch Nook Sale. Couple ways to get in touch with Adam if this is interesting to you. Ask for a custom design, say what you want, what niche, what phrase, etc., etc. The second version, which requires a monthly membership, so it's not cheap. It's $25 a month. But then you get access to pre-made cheap designs. People actually buy these designs pretty fast once they get put up. So if you see a design that you like, don't hesitate, just buy it. This is not for everyone, stylistically, also price-wise. If this is for you, it's great. This is how you contact him, facebook.com/Tshirtfella or just on tshirtfella.com. So hopefully that's useful to you. Okay, so that was the mini case study. Hopefully that was useful and had some information that may help you in your merch success. There's a point that I want to stress is that, it's not that Tshirtfella designs sell in particular. There are basic shirts that sell all the time. They have maybe like one word on it. And then there are ultra complex shirts which sell. There are shirts which sell at $25. There are shirts which sell at $13. And so you have a whole range, and the complexity of factors that determine a merch shirt sale is pretty wide. You just want to maximize the chances of the sale. So if you get a high quality artwork, it's your job to actually do the niche research, do the competitive research, then do the keyword research and do the listing optimization, and then think about running ads. It doesn't end with a great design. There's so many great designs that go by the wayside with merch just because the keywords were not right. And that's why I talk about in this video the idea of actually targeting different keyword phrases in terms of the core keyword to go after to increase your chances, because I didn't know which keyword was going to work. I used 2 different ones. If I really liked the art and I wanted to increase my chances even further, I would have targeted other core keyword strings to see which one works. So hopefully this has given you some information that can take your merch to the next level. Let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.